Hello, my name is Marlena Bear. I'm the day camp director for the Manteca Cub Scout Twilight Camp coming up this summer. And I am going to walk you through how to register for an adult volunteer for camp. I will be using the Manteca camp as an example, but this might be helpful if you are also registering for a different camp in the area to know what to do as an adult to register. So this year our theme is Passport to Adventure. It's going to be a lot of fun. And this is just an informational flyer from Manteca, when the pre-flight check-in is, when the dates are, about our family night, and how kids and volunteers can register online. I'm going to show you the Cub Scout Day Camp Adult Volunteer Checklist. Now, I emailed this out, and most of you should have this information, but let me walk you through it. So step one, you need to register online with our local council. So we're going to go ahead and click this link, and it is going to bring up their website. Looks like this. It has all the camps in the area. It also has the informational flyer and the required medical forms linked to that you will need to bring to the check-in night. All campers, volunteers have to have that. So there's the options of camp you can attend. Again, I'm using the Manteca camp as an example. I'm going to click register here. It's going to bring me to the Manteca reminders page about camp. Like, for example, no open-toed shoes at camp. That includes volunteers. And the rest of the information here. These are the pages you're going to go through: the description of camp, signing on, participants, forms, and the cart. So let's go ahead and register. And what you'll need to do, it says log on or create a new user profile. If you've registered for camp before or have a registration with this website, you can just log on and use that username and password. If you have not done that before, you will need to create a new user profile here. So I already have one, so I'm going to go ahead and click here, and it's going to log me on. And I am going to go to Adult Volunteer. There's all the options, but I'm specifically talking about how to register an adult volunteer. I click here, put in the information needed. It will bring up the forms you need to fill out, telling me when you can volunteer. Also, it says certification here. This, you can check these, but I still need the certificates printed off for weather hazards, or now it's called hazardous weather, and youth protection training. So this doesn't verify that you've done it. It's just informational for you to note there. Anyway, you can continue through the process of registering. When you get to the cart section, you need to make sure that you check out. It's no cost for volunteers. However, you still need to complete the process by checking out, and you will receive a receipt via email, and I will also receive a confirmation receipt that you have registered for our camp. So please do that online registration. That would be so helpful. The next step here that you need to take is the youth protection training. So we are going to go to a different website, the BSA's national website called my.scouting.org, and you'll notice that it's also the same website for the hazardous weather training. Again, it used to be called Weather Hazards. They switched it recently. Now it's called Hazardous Weather Training. So these two steps you can sort of do together. So let's go ahead and go. When you click the my.scouting.org, it will bring up, oops, let me just show you, sorry, just one second here. It'll bring up this website. Will look like this. This is just a screenshot I took, but you're going to, if you have already have an account with this website, you're going to just sign in with your information. If you have not, you're going to create an account. So you can do that, create your account, and then sign in. I already have an account with my.scouting.org, so I'm going to go ahead and just show you what it looks like after you sign in. So after you sign in, it looks like this. It should say your name here. Now, the step 1 right here was to do, or sorry, step 2 was to do youth protection training. So let's do that first. So when you're on the my.scouting.org website, you can do it a few ways. You could click this one to take you to the youth protection training. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the menu. You're going to go to your dashboard, and it will bring up your dashboard page. And this page, you can navigate to youth protection training and the hazardous weather training. So first off, here are the tabs for this page. YPT, youth protection training. If you've already taken the youth protection training, and it's still valid, it's good for 2 years, you can just go ahead and print the certificate here. If you have not, you need to go ahead and take the course or retake it. Now, a side note, if you have taken it, they've updated it. So there's a Youth Protection Training 1, which is the older one, and now there's a new one called Youth Protection Training 2. All Cub Scout leaders will need to update their Youth Protection Training to the new one. This website said September 30th. So that's just a side note. For day camp, you don't have to have the new one if the old one is still good. But just want to explain that to you, because right here it'll have this youth protection training, which there's 2 different ones. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you this really quick. This will now take you to the Scouting You page. And I've already taken this training, so it shows that I'm 100% complete. But if you're new, this is a little how-to guide. It explains what we just did. We went to my.scouting.org. You logged in. You could go to the youth protection training, like I mentioned, from clicking this. And then it will take you to the Scouting You page. The Scouting You page is going to show the youth protection. It's going to show mandatory and recommended. So we want to do the mandatory one. That's the new one that they put out. So you're going to add that plan to do. Next, once your plan has been added, it shows it's 0% complete. Now remember, on my page it showed 100% complete. But you're going to click on that. You are going to then launch it. It'll say launch. Now note, this is what the training looks like. You have 4 different courses to take. The overview and policies, the sexual abuse, the bullying, the YPT certification test at the end. So you want to make sure that you finish all 4 courses to complete it, to be able to be 100%. So go ahead and you can launch it and then click the start button. And this just explains how to use the navigation tools as they're doing their slideshow for you. When you're done, you want to close the course, and that will help you complete it. And then you push back, and then it will show you, when you go back to your my.scouting.org dashboard, it will show you that your youth protection is completed, and then you can print it. You cannot print a certificate from the Scouting You page, from this page up here. It doesn't have a print option. You have to go back to your my.scouting page and print it. And so that explains here, push the print icon. So I'm going to just switch back over to my account right here. If you click that, it will bring up, I'm going to show you how to print it. It will open it up. It shows that it's my youth protection training. Now you can actually take a screenshot of this and email it to me. I will accept it that way, and then I print it for you. Or you can print it off and give it to me at any of our meetings, but I need all of this information by the mandatory staff training meeting. If you do not have this done, you cannot volunteer at the camp. There also will be an opportunity for you to finish it at the staff training meeting. The Manteca one is June 2nd, 2018, as noted on the paperwork, but all of this needs to be done by then. Okay, so you printed that one off. Excellent. So that is youth protection. That's how you do that one. Now, if you come back over here, step 3 was hazardous weather, and it's at that same website. So let me just bring that website back up over here, the my.scouting.org. Now, how do you find hazardous weather training? We did youth protection. We are going to now go to the training center. Wait for that to download, and it's going to bring up training courses by program. We're going to scroll down here to expanded learning. Click that. You're going to go to program safety. Click that. And the program safety is going to open up this called program safety, this one. I've already started it, so I don't have that add button here. So you will have to add it. So click that, like on the youth protection example, you would click that button, and then you're going to open up the program safety courses. There's several of them. For the day camp, you only need hazardous weather training. You don't have to do the other ones. So go ahead and launch that course, and it will walk you through the training. And then at the end, you're going to click the complete the course button when you're done. And then again, to print the certificate, you have to leave the Scouting U page, go back to your my.scouting page, and to find the hazardous weather certificate, you're going to hit completions. Now this is going to show you all of my training completions. So you might not have all of these, and that's fine. You just want to scroll down until you find hazardous weather training. Click the little icon. It will download it for you and bring it up. Again, you can send me a screenshot or bring it to the mandatory staff meeting, or even before then. I would love to, if you see me out and about, you can pass it along. That would be awesome. Again, I cannot allow volunteers to volunteer at camp unless they have this certification turned in for this training. Okay, we're going to go ahead and leave the my.scouting page. So hopefully that made sense how to get those trainings done there. And let's go back to our checklist. So we did online registration through the council's website, and you should have got a receipt for that via email. You did youth protection and weather hazard training. You should have printed off the completion certificates, or maybe take a screenshot and send them to your day camp director, or however they want you to manage that. Now step 4 is the letter of agreement. Now this could look different for different camps, but for the Manteca camp, it looks like this. Day camp volunteered letter of agreement, and this is just so that you and I, or the camp director knows, and you know what position you're going to be volunteering at camp. So if you want to, right here in this one, you would put down what is the position you're going to be doing. So maybe you're a den leader, maybe you're assistant den leader, maybe you are a station leader. So just put that information down, sign it, and give it to your day camp director. Now right here, it has a list of descriptions. This is just so you know what it will entail if you are hosting a station, if you're the range safety officer, if you're working in the TALA or the den leader. So those are some of the examples of the positions that you might have at camp. Okay, so that's the letter of agreement. We need to have that in our registration. Now let's go back to the checklist. So we went down to step 4. Now step 5 says the BSA medical A and B forms. Now note, a copy of your insurance medical card front and back. This, I cannot take this before camp. You can only turn this in at the pre-camp check-in. That's due to the HIPAA laws. So you're going to click this. This will take you to the Help A and B forms. Now, the Help A and B forms look like this. You're going to fill out the name information. Now, also just note that all campers, all children, tot lot members, youth volunteers, everyone has to have this filled out. And I wanted to note that for the youth, California law requires that there are 2 parent/guardian signatures if the youth has to, that they need to be signed. So for my children, I would have to sign one and my husband would have to sign. Also for the youth only, you need to designate what adults can take the child home. Please include the parent names. Not just grandma or auntie or whatever. Include anybody, yourself, whoever's picking them up there. This is the note that says, please attach a photocopy both sides of your insurance card if you have one. And go ahead and fill out who will be the emergency emergency contact, excuse me. Their health history, all the way down, and I think that's self-explanatory there. But just take note about the 2 signatures. If it's for a youth, for adult, you just need your own. And the copy of the health insurance card. Okay, so that's the health A and B form. Again, I cannot take them until the check-in day from the Manteca camp. All right, so now let's go back. We are at step 5, we just did that. Step 6 is the BSA card verification or BSA adult registration form. So this one, if you are already registered with the BSA and you are a den leader or a Cub Scout master, it's quite obvious that you already are registered. You just need verification of that. Or more importantly, if you are not registered but you do not want to register with the BSA or the council, you're just a grandma or you're just here for day camp only, then I need a BSA adult registration form. So right here is the link to the form, and it is going to look like this adult application. You're going to go ahead and fill it out. I just need just 1 copy. You don't have to type up all 3. Now you'll notice if you have filled out one before, this is new. It's now 7 pages. It has a lot of the California state law disclosures. This was not, this is new. So just changed just recently. So if it looks a little different, that's because the BSA has changed it. So I need this for the camp. And if you're not registering, I'm not going to turn it into the council. We are just supposed to hold it for camp. It's for insurance purposes. Everyone just has to have a BSA application for insurance purposes. So just take note of that. So that's the application process. Okay, that was step 6. Now step 7 is the youth camp protection training. This will be done at the mandatory training meeting that everyone must attend. Step 8 is additional trainings. If you have CPR or first aid certificates, you can also copy those and give them to us. This is optional for volunteers, but the BSA likes to note it. It's one of the standards in our day camp standards book that we can note. The range safety officer has to have a special card turned in if you are RSO, and the health officer or the camp nurse, sometimes referred to, needs to have all of their health information in copies of all their health training, all their different trainings, so medical trainings. All right, so just a reminder for the 2018 day camp information for Manteca, that's an example for Manteca. The mandatory camp training meeting is June 2nd from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Northland Church, the LDS Northland Church in Manteca. The pre-check-in is on Tuesday, June 5th, also at the LDS Northland Church in Manteca. That's from 5 to 6. That's when you bring your health forms and the copy of your front and back copy of your health card. Then we start camp. The fun begins right here. Actually, the fun starts here on the 5th, I think. But the 6th through the 8th, the staff meetings we will have for adult volunteers. So the first day, on Wednesday, you need to be there at 3 o'clock in the cultural hall to start the staff meeting. And then the other staff meetings for Thursday and Friday will start at 3:30 in the cultural hall. Just a quick check-in with everyone, make sure everyone's there, we're ready to go. If anyone has any questions, we'll just check in with each other. Again, it's located at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Manteca, off of the Northland Road, and I really appreciate all of you helping to make this possible. This is a really big, fun event for the youth in our area, and I also would like to ask you to please encourage your PACs to register all volunteers, all taught lot children, and all campers. The sooner that they are registered, the easier it will be for the day camp directors and program directors to organize the camps and get ready for the children to come. So please encourage everyone in your packs to register. And again, I'm very grateful for you for volunteering at camp this summer, and I look forward to having a lot of fun with you, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, bye.